Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, Ghana to soon export refined bitumen in larger quantities to countries within the sub-region. We have more from the commissioning of the Africa bitumen plant in Tema by GOIL and SMB of Côte d'Ivoire.
The economic and social benefits of this facility will ripple across our economy, contributing to increased foreign exchange earnings, job creation, and enhanced technological expertise.
Also coming up, GCB Capital to hold meeting with investors of defunct fund management companies next week over payment of bailout package. Plus, traders lament maize shortage as they accuse farmers of defying export ban to sell their produce to foreigners.
Some Nigerians and Burkinabes are really worrying us.
My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Details coming up. Thanks for staying with us. First up, government has indicated that Ghana will soon export refined bitumen in larger quantities to countries within the sub-region and beyond by the end of the year. Speaking at the commissioning of the Africa bitumen plant in Tema by GOIL and SMB of Côte d'Ivoire, President Akufo-Addo reiterated government's commitment to improving key sectors of the economy for growth.
Bitumen plant is expected to produce the required volumes and other bituminous products sufficient to the needs of Ghana's road construction sector, while reducing drastically the importation of bituminous products into the country. Again, the plant will ensure a reliable and steady supply of bitumen for the expansion of Ghana's road network.
I believe that through sustained cooperation, we can create opportunities that drive industrialization, create jobs, and improve the lives of our people. I also want to acknowledge the leadership of GOIL PLC for their strong commitment to advancing Ghana's petroleum and energy sector. GOIL has consistently demonstrated its position as a leading force in our energy landscape, and this latest endeavor reinforces its standing as a critical player in our industrial future. As we commission this plant today, it is crucial that we look to the future and consider its broader implications. This bitumen plant will not only meet the needs of Ghana's road construction sector, it will also create significant opportunities for export, particularly within the ECOWAS community. The economic and social benefits of this facility will ripple across our economy, contributing to increased foreign exchange earnings, job creation, and enhanced technological expertise. The importance of ensuring that this facility runs efficiently and effectively cannot be overemphasized.
Group Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of GOIL Ghana, Kwame Prempeh, said the bitumen plant is expected to position GOIL as a leader in the supply of the bitumen in Ghana.
The other important goal was to bring the needed competition and ultimately lower the cost of bitumen supplied to the road sector. The need for a modern bitumen storage facility therefore became inevitable to be able to compete effectively. The technical staff of GOIL and SMB had several meetings with the view of ensuring that the dream became a reality. An MOU was therefore signed in 2013 to serve as a guide for the parties, culminating the decision to establish a bitumen depot in Tema, capable of delivering high-quality bitumen specified by the Ghana Highway Authority with the state-of-art modern processing polymer-modified bitumen and emulsion plant.
The plant will produce polymer-modified bitumen grade and other special requirements of the industry, including fuel-resistant grades for road intersections, airport taxiways, and aprons, as well as truck parking areas.
Now, GCB Capital is expected to hold an investor meeting with customers of defunct fund management firms next week. This is what Joy Business has picked up from persons with knowledge of the payments of locked-up funds. George Rafi has more.
Joy Business is learning that the payment process is currently being finalized in terms of how the required monies will hit the various accounts of the fund manager from the Bank of Ghana. This should pave the way for the payment to start immediately after that virtual or possibly in-person meeting with customers of the defunct fund management firms. However, payment could be done in tranches depending on the status of the outstanding claim payment. The Securities and Exchange Commission has revealed that one could get up to 50,000 Ghana cedis of the outstanding claims when GCB Capital starts making the payment to these customers of the defunct fund management firms.
Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission says it has set up a new unit targeted at fraudulent online investment schemes. This will help the Commission to be more proactive in dealing with the sudden surge in virtual scams in the country. The regulator is also working with the National Communications Authority to combat fraud in the telecom space. Reverend Daniel Bami-Tete is Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and he spoke on PM Express Business Edition.
Importantly, before you deal with someone, be sure that one, the operator is licensed. Then you can ask whether the product is also licensed or whether it requires licensing. You know, but you can always check with the SEC. And like you said, there are so many, unfortunately, so many fraudulent schemes out there. And like you said, they are online.
As a regulator? We
are. And we have set up a dedicated investigations team. And I can tell you that they have been monitoring the space. They have picked up quite a number, and they have reported them to some of the law enforcement agencies. So we have developed a collaboration with the law enforcement agencies, especially the CID, IOCO, to help us to clamp down. Now, because some of these unlicensed operators use the internet or the electronic mode, we are also we're engaging the NCA and other players.
The platform. I mean, these things can be flagged on Facebook and all the rest.
Exactly. So we're just trying to use all means to clamp down on such people. We have come up with an initiative to create what we call the Securities Fraud committee that will bring all the players in the law enforcement and the regulators in the digital space, so that we can rely on each other to clamp down on the activities of these fraudsters who are just scamming people all over the place. So it is a headache, these unlicensed schemes, the money doubling schemes, all kinds of schemes that are out there, and so we will continue to do that.
In other news, maize vendors in the Ashanti region are struggling to access the grain crop from farming communities as they compete with foreign nationals on the local market. Despite the government's ban on the export of maize and other essential cereals, the traders claim farmers are selling off the commodity to vendors from neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali who offer better prices for the grain. Emmanuel Bright Kweko reports of a 50% price hike on the already scarce commodity, which is adversely impacting the kinky business in the region.
Gifty Asante Prempe, a maize vendor at the Alaba market, beckons potential customers to purchase a few kilos of maize in stock. While she clamors for her goods to be sold, she is worried about how to restock. She has in the past few days struggled to access maize to restock.
Maize isn't available as of now. Even those that are on the market now are really expensive. Some Nigerians and Burkinabes are really worrying us.
This is in spite of a recent ban imposed by the Agricultural Ministry on the exports of essential grains like maize, influenced by the dry spell that has ravaged farms in 8 regions of the country. The situation has compelled vendors in the north, including foreign nationals, to move down south in search of the grain on local farms. The scarcity of the grain is pushing prices upward.
A sack of maize is selling at a minimum 1,000 cedis. Even with that, we aren't getting some to buy.
Maize, as a major staple crop in Ghana, is used for a variety of delicacies, including porridge, swallows like banku and kenke. This is one of the kenke making hubs here in the Ashanti region, located specifically in the Oforiko municipality. And this is the daily source of income for the women who inherited the trade from their foremothers. But the scarcity of maize on the market is taking a toll on what they used to fend for their families and themselves. Rukaya Youssef has been in the fancy kenke making business for more than 2 decades.
We aren't getting some of the maize to buy. Just 3 days ago, someone came here for money, but she said she couldn't get some of the maize.
With a few bags of maize they've had in the past week, the women make balls of both ga and fanti kenke out of them. While ga kenke has seen an increase in cost, fanti kenke producers are contemplating increasing the price. The women are finding alternatives to supplement the few condo they make to stay in business.
A company makes condo. Sometimes you buy from them, but it's not better off than you preparing it yourself.
Maize forms 50% of Ghana's total cereal production and the second largest commodity crop after cocoa. Back at the markets, the traders are predicting protracted maize shortages.
There will be huge shortage of maize on the market soon.
With the prevailing challenges befalling the sector, there are admonitions for an introduction of a competitive price purchasing regime to deal with the unrelenting habit of farmers exporting the cereals. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Well, if you're a kenke lover, you don't like this news about a maize shortage and its impact on pricing. Turning to some more news for you, population growth, agricultural intensification and other aggressive land use changes are expected to accelerate greenhouse gas emissions in West Africa. According to a new study, the effects of increased emissions will contribute to heat-related health illnesses, influence climate change and impact agriculture. Researchers are admonishing smallholder farmers to set up tree canopies to preserve carbon pools in soil and vegetation. Here's this report by Clinton Yabwa.
The study, Greenhouse Gas Determination in West Africa's Agricultural Landscapes, focused on the emission of primary greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide that contribute to global warming. These greenhouse gases absorb long-wave radiation, hindering the heat from escaping into outer space, ultimately causing global warming and climate change. The effects of this phenomenon have become pronounced with population growth and agricultural expansion. Consortium Principal Investigator of Greengate Project, Dr. Professor Anja Lindsteder, encouraged smallholder farmers to adopt tree canopy systems on their farmlands.
Which means greenhouse gas determination in West Africa's agricultural landscape. So this already tells us that it's about learning more about how much carbon is stored in the soil and in the trees and in the grass in ecosystems that are either not managed at all, so near natural vegetation we call it, or that are managed as agricultural fields or as fallows. Key findings on the results side are that trees, forest trees, but also trees in agroecological systems are not only important as carbon stocks themselves. So they're not only important because they store carbon in their wood, they're also highly important because they facilitate carbon storage in the soil beneath their canopies.
The study, conducted in Ghana, Burkina Faso and Niger, aims to inform climate adaptation policies and promote climate-smart agriculture among smallholder farmers. The study aims to quantify carbon pool. Stakeholders and agricultural experts have been assembled in a workshop in Kumasi in a fact sheet, presentation and discussion on the greenhouse gas determination in West Africa's agricultural landscapes. Principal investigator for the Ghana project team, Dr. Reginald Guru, believes the workshop will effect stronger collaborations to improve agriculture and climate-related issues.
No. In conducting research, and in fact in every other aspect of life, collaborating with other people just brings out the best in what you are doing. And so as researchers across the countries, we thought it necessary to collaborate with colleagues across countries and even across continents, because two of our partners are from Europe, from Germany, and then we also have 3 West African countries. And recognizing the importance of this topic in terms of greenhouse gas emissions and the need for us to improve carbon pools or carbon stocks. And again, if you look at our locality in the West African region, there's increasing population, and with this comes a lot of activities that also cause emissions. So that is the background of the collaboration that we established. At this workshop, which is one of the outcomes of the collaboration. Beyond that, we have also been able to gather important data from across the 3 countries, which would have been more difficult for us to do if we were working as individuals. But because we have this partnership and collaboration across the countries, it has made it possible for us to collect very useful data that can contribute to national reporting in the greenhouse gases and also the carbon sequestration area. In addition to that, because we are of different expertise, the collaboration has also allowed for us to share knowledge and experience, both across countries and also across institutions. And by so doing, we have been able to build capacity, even for ourselves, and in addition for students that have been trained on the project.
Clinton Yabois reports for Joy News.
Marketplace, we're taking a short break. We'll be right back. On the marketplace, time to wind down for show business in an era of social media. Celebrity culture is everywhere, and the fans look up to their stars, and the celebrities could be influencing their fans to conform to a certain political view and using their platform to do so in this political season. But could this be damaging as well to entertainers or boost their trade? What are the risks? Joining me in studio for a quick chat is my colleague Isaac Atasenya. Good afternoon to you. It's been a while. On set, I mean. Well, everybody's entitled to their political views, and so are the entertainers. And so why is there a problem if they discuss politics on their platforms?
Well, Daryl, I think it's mainly got to do with the cultural issue, because here in Ghana, let me say, we've not come to terms with the fact that someone has the liberty to choose a particular, ideology, political ideology over the other. If we look at what's happening in the West, I mean, celebrities, entertainers are allowed to choose, a particular ideology, support a particular candidate or political party for that matter. And it comes with no backlash from the public. I mean, they still go to their shows, their streamings are still intact, their revenue still flows in, and it doesn't do much to them. But
outside of Ghana, we can talk about Taylor Swift,
exactly,
who recently endorsed Kamala Harris. We can talk about Kanye West, who in 2016 endorsed Trump. Yeah, but
yeah, I mean,
it's tricky here in Ghana.
A lot of them, especially with Obama's ascendancy to the White House. I mean, there were a lot of endorsements, especially from the black community, black celebrities. But it's not the same here. I mean, here down maybe NPP has been one of those who've been able to champion celebrity endorsements. 2008 was massive. We saw a number of them from Kwabena, Daddy Lumba, Kwesi Otin, a number of gospel arts as well. And down 2012, we saw the NDC do pretty much the same. Now it seems to be a thing, more like a trending thing. A lot of these celebrities are showing colors now. Yeah,
well, there's also the mentality that it's lucrative business because, I mean, they're being paid or they're getting paid for endorsing a certain political party. I mean, recently there was this town hall where, I mean, there were these rumors that, some celebrities had been paid.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't negate the influence of, these people in our community and the fact that they sort of draw a large crowd. And for them, or for it being lucrative, trust me, it's very lucrative. I mean, depending on your clout at a particular point in time, you are contacted, you could bargain for some large amount of money. And for me, it's about what they do with it. For me, in the past, some of them have been able to use, some of these funds to turn around their fortunes, their stakes, even in their field of work. And so a lot of them started some business ventures, ventured into other areas of work because of some of these funds that they got. But it's not the same for the rest as well. I mean, some of them got their money, pretty much enjoyed with it and couldn't do much with it. And so it's a lucrative venture if you ask me, yes. I mean, depending on what's happening currently or the trends, if your music is on top, you are the art or the artist on top, yes, I mean, you could make some stash.
All right, I'm being timed out. That's it for this segment. Thank you so much. Isaac Atasenyako speaking there to us for Showbiz today in Fokena Ojidako. That's the marketplace. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. We are back same time next week.